Today we will be going over the fundamentals of Carlos Alcaraz's forehand that allow him to consistently generate over 3,000 RPMs on the ball. First, in the preparation phase of the stroke, there are a few key moves. First is the unit turn. Like every good pro forehand, we have the no backswing, backswing. What this means is that the racket stays in front of the torso until the shoulders get past the hips. When he goes to make a full turn, notice how the racket stays on the outside of the body. It is also inverted and slightly hooded. Pro players keep the racket head in front of the hand in order to store energy. The racket does not leak behind the body before the initiation of the forward swing. He uses the non-hitting hand to help create a full coil with the upper body, taking the shoulders back in unison. Lower level players let go of the racket head much earlier. If you disconnect too early, you're not going to have any Wi-Fi on your forehand, and your preparation is going to look like a glitch. The hitting elbow is also up, and at no point is it going to tuck away and play hide and seek. In the start of the forward swing, the racket relaxes into pat the dog, and the racket comes along for the ride as the swing starts with the body. As a result of the wrist being relaxed at the top of the backswing, it naturally catches back into what we call the slot position as the arm starts to go forwards. Notice how only now the butt cap of the racket is trailing behind the body as the entire body starts to go forwards. This is the secret to forehand power. Don't send the arm on a lone mission. The hips and upper body need to fire first before the racket comes through. It's along for the ride. Alcaraz usually gets a straight arm hitting structure in the forehand extension towards contact. At contact, the wrist is laid back and it's followed by a modern wiper finish. Notice how when he sets up, his hitting hand is at the height of the ball or just below. There is no low to high in his swing. His swing comes through and across. The racket head appears to get significantly under the ball, and at a high speed, it may look like a low to high swing, but in reality, this is a byproduct of the wiper motion that starts from the slot, and it is a turning over of the entire arm as a unit from the shoulder, causing the racket head to trail behind. The forward swing comes through and across and finishes at the height of the non-hitting shoulder, not way above. The last thing I want to touch on is the shoulder flip in the uncoiling phase of the stroke. Notice how from the full shoulder turn, the shoulders flip positions in the uncoiling phase 180 degrees. The shoulders don't just stop once they are parallel to the net. They keep going all the way through for a full uncoiling, which is something that is missing from a lot of people's game at the intermediate level. So these are the key components to Alcaraz's forehand. Now, this begs the question, is pro tennis pure genius and talent, or is there a basic science that most people just don't observe? This channel has covered a lot of ground on the ATP forehand, and if you take a look at other pro players, although they have their own unique styles and characteristics, they all have the same fundamental checkpoints. In any event, thanks for tuning in, and use what you've learned to modernize your game.
A lot of people are trying to fix the symptoms and not the system for their shots. If you want an entire teaching system that is devoted to solving the problems that are impeding players' success, check out my online course. You can click the link in my bio for more information.